Oh, wow. I mean, that's got to
Uh,
be right around where the Sox were last year, right?
Probably a good thing they legalized
Nothing works.
this.
Tell me about it.
Is that a shot at me?
Probably.
Because for your information, I got a job.
Really? What kind of job?
Beads.
Bees?
Beads.
Beads! Return from whence you came! So we might as well have a good time. Toga! 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 Toga!
When you want to talk sports, you ask folks who have seen it all up close. So on The Al Travis Show, we go with the guys at the end of the bench. Time to talk all things sports.
I could not be happier that on a day like today, with all the sports we have to talk about, we have Dan with us, and Dan and John, and Dan at least brings something other than sports to the mix. John, you're a one-trick pony. Dan, thanks for being here, my friend.
Oh,
I was thinking about you on Friday. I don't know if you caught it, probably didn't. I interviewed two kids from the Chanhassen that are in Greece in the play.
oh, yeah.
Lovely couple. I mean, just, probably too lovely. It was like a made for TV movie thing. Great guys and gals. And she was making all this fun about how I don't understand being in the chorus in a show is every bit as important and as vital. And you probably don't understand that. And she's talking down to me. This little 25-year-old, cute little she's thrilled to be in the chorus of this and that. And I said, "Excuse me, hon. This guy majored in being in the chorus in high school." I started naming off plays. So I said, "Oh, really?" But I thought about you, Dan. How are you? You've got news to share.
And it turns out that I have a very similar story.
There you go.
You were, he's
So I tied that together.
You are truly the radio professional of radio
Thank you.
professionals.
Thank you very much.
It's,
So what's your announcement for us today? I'm excited. I love this play.
yeah, I am now. Of course, we don't want to call it the chorus. It is the ensemble. I am in the ensemble for Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, for Theater 55. We had auditions last week, and so
Congrats.
So yeah, I am now, and it was fun because this is one where obviously I'm not going to say I'm just as happy to be in the ensemble as but I am, but so yeah, it's not a perfect scenario, but this is a couple of things going on this one. This is one of those shows where the ensemble, you wouldn't really understand this, but the ensemble really is the core to the entire show.
See, John's waving his eyes back and forth because John only starred in high school. He never had an ensemble piece. You and I understand.
Oh.
This gal from the Chanhassen, she was bragging about being the napkin in whatever that show was with the princess and the whatever. She was the napkin. Yeah, thank you. She was a napkin in Beauty and the Beast, and that was her pride and joy. Dan, you understand that you and I understand what that means to be in the ensemble, to support others in an ensemble. John,
I was
he's like,
taken down a few pegs in college, Al.
oh, in college? Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
I wasn't like
Oh,
the star or anything.
Oh, in college. Well, in high school you were it. He knew that the ensemble was, those are the people that carried his equipment.
The spear
You
carriers,
see, John,
as we call them.
just to understand, the spear chuck, the spear carriers, I'm here with the spear, and that's the old Hamlet thing, right? That's so I will tell you, John, though, and it wasn't really until college that I started getting some meatier roles. So some of us actually got better as we aged.
Acting chops slapped. Okay,
Acting
enough of that.
genius.
When does this play? We'll hit it up more. When does this play happen?
It'll run for actually 3 weekends this time, October 2nd through 19th. So it's actually a relatively quick turnaround, but October 2 through 19, theater55.org. And that's theater spelled the British way, the
R-E.
T-R-E, theater55.org, and it's going to be at I believe it's the Gremlin Theater in St. Paul. So it's a neat little playing space. So if you're going to get tickets, they're available now. You should get them soon because that's a small place that sells out quickly.
And it's a good play. You'll enjoy that show. All right. Speaking of second and third stringers like Dan and I, we talked about the quarterback controversy last week. I'm starting this. Obviously, J.J. McCarthy is going to be our quarterback. We play another pregame football game over the weekend. J.J. doesn't play, but the others do. And the paper today is Rip and Howell a new one. This guy should not be working for a spot on the team, but between him and Ripon, who didn't even look very good at all, Max, my man Max, could he be our second stringer, guys? Come on. There's no way to do that.
We should just give the job to Max, right? It's
people love Max.
You're not going to have two inexperienced quarterbacks as 1 and 2 on a team. That being said, I think Max makes a better case for the third man.
Okay.
So the competition is between the other two for number 2.
Oh, you're with him down on that? All right. Then let me do this.
The other one that loses number 2 is gone.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, I think so too. I think if they let Brosmer go as the odd man out, that would be a mistake.
Yeah, he's a fan favorite and everything. Your guys' your thoughts on what we need to do, or do you need to see in the last preseason game this coming weekend? Is there something that you want to see? Are they going to do the two rounds with the starters, then they'll all sit? What are you looking to see?
I want to see that O-line that got revamped.
Yeah.
See if they can really give, and they ought to get a chance if they're still putting in the 3 also Rams for quarterback. See if they can give them the protection that we've been trying to build up. That's always been kind of our Achilles heel the last couple of years.
Dan, your thoughts? Friday night TV, by the way. Friday night on CBS.
I do want to see the offensive line play more, just because this is the biggest question mark. I mean, I think it's even bigger than JJ. JJ has, as I like to say, a floor. His floor is not as, his lowest possible outcome is not nearly as bad as the O-line's the lowest possible outcome. So, you're going to at least get some basic level of competency from JJ.
Yeah, but so you could actually, if this line is as good as touted, we could see JJ do more than we thought even, right? I mean, he's a good quality quarterback. Give him the time. If he's not pressured, we might see something fantastic, which is the fun thing about going into a football season. I know I asked. No one ever seems to be able to find out what's going on. Will we be able to see those NFL games on the NFL Network? Will we be able to see those here in Minnesota? Do we know that yet? Anybody hear that?
No, there hasn't been much on it. Not like it was with the Twins.
That's when some.
That's why I'm wondering almost if they've got it figured out that it's not going to be a problem in Minnesota, because they say when the Twins went down, the world stopped. We had a whole new channel put on my cable. They must be playing those games on some network other than the NFL Network or Prime. I would hope.
They have to, because all the games are sold out already, not like baseball. So, the TV stuff is just extra cream on top.
Yeah. All right.
It's almost nostalgic. Do you remember back in the days when Mike Lynn the Vikings had to buy a bunch of extra tickets just to get the game on TV?
But those were the good days when General Mills and those guys would say, we'll buy 5,000 of them, give them to every person in their business, or hand them out to poor kids on the street. And then it got on TV. Talk about great goodwill. And now they're sitting here, and I don't even know if I'm going to watch 3 games this year because they need me to buy an NFL package. Not happening. Got to go. We'll be back after this. I got the guys. We're talking about the Polads, Minnesota Twins. Maybe we should call them the Polad Twins, because it doesn't feel like a Minnesota nice thing going on right now in the state about these Twins.
Yeah, the adventure is calling louder than ever before. Craft your own magic at the Wicked Wand Workshop. Race for glory at the Ninja Warrior Challenge. Or battle for honor at the Viking Invasion. Plus, enjoy classic favorites like live armored combat jousting or slay your hunger with tasty turkey legs. The Minnesota Renaissance Festival is back with new adventures. Get your tickets now at RenaissanceFest.com. Huzzah!
Achieving your financial goals requires individual planning and a comprehensive approach. At Midwest Money Management, our mission is to provide you with the knowledge, tools, and confidence to feel comfortable financially today and secure about tomorrow. Learn more at MidwestMoneyManagement.com. That's MidwestMoneyManagement.com.
Securities offered through JW Cole Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through JW Cole Advisors Inc., Midwest Money Management, and JW Cole Financial Inc. and JW Cole Advisors Inc. are unaffiliated entities.
Don't need to ask him his opinion more than once. Al Travis on the Al Travis Show.
Not sure what this does for anybody, but I'd like to be up to the latest minute in the news. Minnesota Viking news coming right across the board. The Vikings going to host country singer Russell Dickerson for a free concert before the home opener. I don't have a clue. I don't, is you think you guys?
No idea either, but
Russell Dickerson sounds huge. Going to be big, really, really big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big deal, yeah.
You're going to get your money's
You
worth.
only
It's a free concert. I'm not ripping it. I just don't know country music. All right, let's go on to your Pohlad twins. I think we should call them the Pohlad twins until Minnesota wants them back. I'll tell you what, I spent the weekend at a golf tournament up in LeSueur, Henderson. Little sports note, fabulous golf course. Kid was playing in the club championship there, and I watched the weekend. Tons of great people, a lot of sports guys, obviously, and we're an hour delayed each morning because of rain. So a bunch of guys sitting around waiting for, the golf to begin. And what do you start talking about? You start talking through the Vikings and you start talking to the Twins. I don't think there is one human being in that country club that said, I'm behind the Pohlads. I'm so glad they did. This is the Pohlads team, right? Until they do something to bring Minnesotans back. I haven't met one. Have you met one person that you talk Twins with that are so thrilled with how this is going? You can't shake your head. It's radio.
Well, they seem so two-faced, Al. I mean, they say one thing, they kind of do one thing, and then they reverse themselves, and then they say something that completely contradicts the actions they took. It's like, how do you build a baseball team for the future when you just traded away our future? I mean, we could have probably won a couple of these last games against Detroit if we had Jax around and Varland around and Duran around. I mean,
I think they've either learned something or they've learned nothing. And this is where I go talking about both sides of my face. Either they understand that in Minnesota you live on the hope. Even when the Pohlads were selling, we all had the hope the next person coming in would spend money and we'd have a shot. We live on the hope in Minnesota. Then they come in and it's like, Teasing you. Hope's dead. Same people, same running the thing. I think they pulled the rug out of us one too many times. Dan, you get my point? I think they can sell Hope.
Absolutely. I normally you can, but yeah, this is a situation where it's like, yep, we know things have gone really bad, and we're really close to getting things changed by bringing in some new, fresh blood ownership in here, but don't worry, we're gonna be fine. We're keeping the team, but don't worry, we're keeping the team, but we're gonna be fine.
We're going to struggle through the money, don't you?
Yeah,
my portfolio is still solid.
That's almost what
it's the passive aggressive uncle in the family. That is so perfect, Dan. We'll take this back for Minnesota, but don't you fret about us billionaires. We're going to be okay. I love that analogy. But what do we do from here?
This hurts me as much as it hurts you. Let me tell you.
Okay, it's the weird thing about it is the 2 weeks ago when they gutted the team, because I remember chatting with you guys, ready to cry. This team is done. We gutted it. It's all about the future. But I don't think either one of you feel there's a future now, do you? I mean, the Poleads are still here. It isn't going to be sold unless some weird string of kids run through here like 87 or 91, right? That's a long time.
But even the 87 guys, a lot of them started in 82 and 83, and it took a few years.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying the current crop of kids playing now, there's some really fun guys to watch there.
Okay.
But, we're at a minimum probably 5 years away from fielding a contender when we're just 2 years removed away from winning a postseason tournament, postseason series.
Yeah, and right after that, the Poleads dumped $30 million out of the budget, and then 2 years later gutted the team. Dan, what would it take to get you happy again? Do you even watch? I mean, the game last night, I listened on the radio coming home. Good ball game. Brooks Lee gets a grand slam, first one. This game was over by the third inning, but it was a fun game for the Twins.
I even actually went to the game Saturday night with my son. But we both agreed it was entirely about encouraging the kids, we want to make sure that the players know that the fans are behind them, but not the Poleads. So it's so there's a little bit of that.
I think I remember asking you to do this show a favor when you go to the Twins next time. Did you go to the shirt vendor and ask which ones are they practically giving away because no one will buy them?
I was looking through, and they were there. They had pulled almost everything off. The only thing I saw that was the most obvious thing I saw was they had a bunch of pennants that have players' names on them.
Yeah.
And they still had Correa 50% off.
Oh, and if you pick up Correa, they will pay you next year a third of the cost of the shirt.
Exactly. No longer. But I mean, not even any clearance bin jerseys.
Check out our rebate program.
I'm sure that they didn't sell them. So,
well, I wonder what they do with them. I want to say it's the folks for the Baseball World Series. They make up both shirts. Who they won and they won, and the losing team shirts get sent off to like South Africa somewhere and just given to because they wouldn't be used in the market in the U.S. I wonder if they do the same thing with jerseys for baseball teams. When this guy has a bunch of Brooks Lee and he gets traded, is he any good anymore?
I was thinking they might have a painstaking process that, of course, is very inexpensive, that removes it from the shirt. So all those Brooks Lee jerseys you see out there now, those were the Duran jerseys before. I have that theory in mind.
That's funny. You buy a Lee jersey, and then when you get it, you kind of see the outline of the last guy who got taken off. That'd be hilarious. Oh man,
put it under the black light.
You see who it was before. Oh, that's too bad. All right. We've got to fly. I love having you guys in the program. Friday will be our last preseason game for the Minnesota Vikings. Then we get down to sports and having some fun. Appreciate you guys coming in. Dan, congratulations on getting the role. We'll see you guys on Friday. The guys at the end of the bench on the Al Travis Show.
Think about it. Now that school's out for the summer, how are Minnesota